Hello there, good evening. The row over Alex Salmond's qualified support for Vladimir Putin's leadership in Russia is intensifying. A group representing several thousand Ukrainians in Scotland wants the First Minister to apologise for saying he admired certain aspects of Putin's reign. Mr Salmond says he's resolute in condemning Crimea's annexation. Here's our political editor, Brian Taylor.
Crisis in Crimea, in Ukraine more generally. Globally, political leaders have struggled to respond, concerned but cautious. Alex Salmond was interviewed by GQ magazine before Crimea was annexed by Russia, but, say critics, while conflict was building. Pressed on whether he admired President Putin of Russia, he replied, certain aspects. He's restored a substantial part of Russian pride, and that must be a good thing. Mr Salmond, to be clear, also made plain he abhorred Russia's stance on human rights, and he has since explicitly condemned the annexation of Crimea. But Ukrainians in Scotland are unhappy. Their association said they were insulted, dismayed and upset, and demanded an apology.
In his position, such a high profile, and with Ukraine as an emerging nation after centuries of occupation and suppression by Russia in particular, we would like him to apologise and then to show support for the Ukrainians and not the actions of a dictator.
The First Minister's office said tonight they would respond in detail to the Ukrainian letter, but they stressed that Mr Salmond was and remains a firm critic of Russia over issues such as human rights, attitudes to homosexuality and the annexation of the Crimea. Brian Taylor, reporting Scotland, Holyrood.